shutting down my live stream, which doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, the camera rolling. So we're going to reverse the process real quick because it's actually raining out here. We got rain today. I don't know how much we're supposed to get. So I got to get back to putting this back together. So you put the knuckle in there. Just drop the knuckle down out your way. And the first thing you actually want to do, we ain't gonna worry about the live stream. First thing you actually want to do, if it record, it record. If it don't, it don't. First thing you actually want to do is just drop the knuckle back in. There's a couple things that I didn't catch on the camera, and I'll do a recap once I put it together. Put the knuckle, drop it back down in there out your way. Just get it out your way. All right. And then what you want to do, and most of it, it literally really takes two people to do this, but I do things like this myself. Get your 4 bolt, grab you at least 2 bolts. If you're by yourself, grab you can look from up under and push it up and get one of the bolts started. All right, got 1 bolt started. Grab another bolt, and you want to do a cross. When you're tightening them down, you want to do a crisscross. So put you 2 in there to at least hold it up. Make sure you hand screw them first, because if you cross these threads, you got a problem. So, what I'm going to do, and that was 18. Keep checking my camera. What I'm going to do is take my 18 and my air ratchet, because I'm kind of like in a rush because it's actually sprinkling out here and I don't know how much rain we're supposed to get today. Hopefully, I don't knock my camera over, my brand new camera, with this air hose. All right. You don't have an air hose, you just use a ratchet. Bleed over 18. Yeah, 18. Wrong way. Wrong way. Put that back in. All right. You don't want to. You do not want to cross thread. So make sure you hand tighten it first. And if you use an air tube, don't tighten it down all the way yet. Just bring it up enough so you can get 2 more bolts in there. The last 2 bolts. Make sure you hand screw them first. No, it's not fully tightened. You don't want to fully tighten it down. If you do, you want to line everything up first. All right. So, peace to the couple people in the live. I know when I was doing work like this, the jealous people wouldn't show, which is a good thing. So what you want to do is go ahead . Now, I put this bolt in, that bolt in. You cross, it don't matter which one you put in. I put these 2 in just to hold it up because I'm one man, but it takes really 2 people to do this, but I'm skilled and qualified to do it with this myself. So I held the strut up. I put this bolt in, that bolt in, and then I fed these, but tighten them down a little bit, not all the way. And then I was able to screw these two in, screw them down a little bit. And as you can see, if I grab the bottom, so it's plenty play under there, right? Plenty play. So now you want to take your knuckle, right, and you want to recess it back up in here. Once you get it up in here, all the way flush with the lip, you put the nut and bolt in there, and then you go for putting the nut and bolt in there. So let me go ahead and get this up in there, get my bolt in there, nut and bolt in there, and then I'll go for putting the nut and bolt in here, and then I'll go for putting the ball joint in, tighten everything down, and I'll be done. It's really simple. Kind of, sort of. So, okay, this is, and make sure you use the right nut and bolt. So let me go ahead and come over here. Let me, sometimes you gotta wiggle it, sometimes you gotta, you know, gotta play with it. And in some cases, if you can, and you have a screwdriver to fit down in there and kind of open it up some, you can just set it down in there. Maybe take your hammer, and it just makes it slide up. It's gonna go back together. It's like opening it up a little bit, and it'll slide up in there easier. Because you gotta realize and understand that they put paint and stuff on here. So, and sometimes you have to get some lubricant. Let me see if I can find my WD-40. I apologize. I've been cleaning my garage out, so I just seen it, but don't know where it's at. Wow. It'll just it will just make things a lot simpler. And it's right here in my face somewhere. And I, for some reason, cannot find it. So, in the sake of time, I got some tire shiners lubricant, right? You gotta work with what you got. And I got the lithium grease, WD-40, whatever you call it. Man, I ain't gonna spend 20 minutes looking for it. As long as it's lubrication, right? Now, it should. And again, sometimes it won't. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and pry something in here and spread this open a little bit more. It'll tighten itself back down. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna use my pickle fork. Do you see the head on that pickle fork? I'm gonna stick that down in here, set it on the ground, hit it to open it up. All right, just open it up a little more. Right. Truthfully, that should have done it, you would think. Let's find out. Yep. You want to get it all the way up. Just like that. All right. See? Where there's a will, there's a way. All right. It's about a little hair. Need to go back up. But once I bolt this down and put pressure on it, it'll push this all the way up. I'll put the nut and bolt back in here. I'll line the nut and bolt up in here. Tighten that down, tighten this down. I'll go ahead and tighten these down. And then I'll go ahead and bolt the upper ball joint back in and we to the beat. All right. So let me go ahead and do that. Backed it up a little bit. Let me put the jack under here. Line up your bottom first. All right, so I rose my jack up, pretty much lined it up, and I'm gonna put this bolt back in there. We just done this one. Well, I haven't put that one in there yet. Put this one in there, another bolt, and I'm gonna put the another bolt in here. Then I'll go ahead and tighten those down. After I get that tightened, I'll then tighten these. That's one right here, that one right there, and then I'll put a little pressure on it to raise it up before I tighten this one. You see the little gap? About the thickness of a quarter. All right, and then I'll put the upper ball joint back on, and that's what it is. This a new camera. Y'all gotta excuse me on this one. I gotta figure out how to properly work my camera so it doesn't shut off like it's been doing. So, got a little bit of pressure. It dropped it right in there. Adjust it a little bit, twist it. Nut is in there. Or bolt. Now the nut is on. Make sure you hand tighten the nut. All right. It's always easier also to lubricate. All right. All right. Now, that's the bottom one. Here's the top one. Put that in there. A little bit of lubrication. Rain picking up. It's about to get me, y'all. But I'm getting it, so I ain't worried. So what I'm going to do right now, which is take my 15 millimeter, right? Take my 15 millimeter and my 18 millimeter. All right. Hook my air hose up if you don't, or rather, if you don't have air tubes, a socket is perfectly fine. Always remember. Actually, I'm glad I looked at it. Actually, we're using the wrong. All right. So, a regular ratchet and socket will work. Always hand tighten first. Air compressor's on. Apologize. Now, with the little gap there, I should be able to jack the jack up and close that gap. Alright? Actually, at this point, I think we're set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 18 and I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. And then I'll apply pressure to the jack and we'll close this gap. Once I do that, once I tighten these down, close this gap, by jacking it up just a little bit, put a little pressure on it, all I have to do is close this closet like that. Alright? So, it's starting to rain. Well, it's been raining. Let's go ahead and handle this. So, remember to always put a cross pattern. Put 4 bolts in, so here, there, here, there. Here, there, here, here. Here, there, there. Same thing when you're taking your tire off, okay? Anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now. Now what I'm going to do is apply a little pressure to the jack. Close this gap. Alright. Interior. Let me go ahead and jack it up. I ain't going to hold both of them. There we go. There we go. Now the gap is closed. Now it's time to, yeah, it's picking up. Yeah, it's picking up. New camera getting wet and everything. We gotta hurry up. Alright. Alright. Let me go ahead. Put the nut and bolt back in. Remember, it's a 15 and an 18. Remember to hand tighten first. "15" wrench. Oh, right there. My 18" on my air tube. Make sure you're going the right direction. Get your air tool, your socket, your wrench, whatever, or ratchet. Now, you want to check the specs on it, or the torque, the torque specs. Make sure I'm still recording. Check the torque specs and go from there. But you're going to need a torque wrench. This is the cotter key that I had took out. This is a new one it came with. Set that to the side. Take the nut off of the ball joint. Right? Take the nut off the ball joint. Take the protection cap off. Throw it behind you. Lower your jack down. Put your assembly in position. Put your assembly in position. And you're going to have to pry up on the upper control arm and push back. Get the bolt in there. Wiggle it back and forth. Bring it down. Put your nut on there. That was an 18 too. I'm not even going to use the impact on this. And there's a little hole here. Once you get it tightened down, you got to line up the hole. You stick your cotter key in there. Cotter key, cotter pin. Take a pair of pliers or a screwdriver. Bend it a little bit, press it in there some more. Grab your pliers. Bend it over so it doesn't come out. Take your hammer. That bolt will never come out. That cotter key will never come out. The bolt will never come out. And there is the hub assembly. I mean, the strut. All right? The strut's done. All I have to do now is put the tire back on. I'm pretty much good. I can get close to specs. Hold on for a second. I don't want people saying, well, you don't have the torque wrench. You didn't torque it down. I got to go in the house to find out the actual specs on this car. Right? Here's what you call a torque wrench. Where you set it, and once it gets to that torque, it'll start clicking. It won't allow you to tighten it down anymore. I'm going to do that off camera. I have every tool for the job, all right? This is called a torque wrench. So you torque bolts down to factory specs. You got it? Get it? Got it? Good. All right? So, there you have a 2000 Chrysler Sebring convertible strut. There you have a Chrysler Sebring convertible strut. Notice, I can't move that fucker nowhere. Excuse my language. I'll edit that out. There you have it. You do both sides? Do both sides. It's reverse. Just an old recap. Get you a jack. I'll add in the tools needed. A jack stand. Get your tire off. Jack the car up. Get it under a jack stand. Unbolt your ball joint. unbolt the bracket to the strut, unbolt the bottom of the bracket right here, bottom, 15 on this side, 18 on this side, 15 on this side, 18 on this side, 18 for the ball joint, 18 for all four bolts here. A lot of people take this all off, brake caliper, brake rotor, and move it out the way. I didn't have to do that. You unbolt this right, you can push this to the side, and you can take and pull, get pushed down, and pull the strut out, and twist the strut after you unbolt this, and then pull a little bit towards your way, and you'll be able to pull up the grease. You'll be able to pull up out on the strut and pull it out without doing all this extra work. Taking your brakes apart, your rotor apart, your caliper apart. That's how you do it. Peace. All right. Turn that off. That was for my DIY, for my new DSLR. All right. So I got to figure out the DSLR, how to really work this thing. But it's all good. In the hood. Y'all still with me? Are you still with me? Are y'all still with me? Yes, we are. Are you with me? No, we not. Which one is it? But I'm actually done. I'm actually done. So what I'm going to do right now, got to keep my jack out here and jack this up. But I'm not going to put the, I'm not going to put the tire back on just yet. I mean, if I got to show you how to put the tire back on when I showed you how to take the tire off, something is wrong. I don't need, it's getting wet up under here. Remove that, shut that, go in here, wash my hands again, and then what I'll do is I'm going to check the specs on the torque specs, and I'll go ahead and some of y'all don't have a torque wrench. If you don't have a torque wrench, you're doing the job yourself, just get it tight as possible. Don't overdo it, but don't underdo it. You understand? It's just the recommendations from the manufacturer as far as the specs. But I got to get in here, wash my hands. You know, they wonder why my hands be so ooey. This is why. Damn. If you'd have took your car to the shop, they'd had your car a few days, a whole day, couple days, maybe even a week, because they'll set you to the side and get to it when they get ready. Right? So, it is what it is. True Freeman 317, add up this video time, the true streaming time. You see how long it actually took me to do this. You see that? Brand new strut. Brand new strut, whole assembly, $200 piece. Labor was going to be, you go to the shop, they're probably going to charge you $200 labor per side. Every vehicle strut is a different price. So let me go and get the torque specs. I need to torque this down. I think this is fine. I mean, I can torque it down. I'll just take the cotter key back out, torque this bolt, torque, where it go? Torque that bolt, torque that bolt, torque that bolt, torque this one, and the four up under the hood and the housing. Those four. It's a wrap. Did y'all learn anything today? Answer that. Riddle me this. Did you learn anything today? Let me go ahead and run in the house right quick. I'm going to stay live for a second, wash my hands, get my cameras and shit in the crib, and grab my coffee, shut my garage, and I'll see if there was anything said in the chat that I need to address, or maybe not. You know, the hate is real. Now we move on to the next thing that need done today. Huh? That's done. You understand? See, I move quickly and swiftly. I'm a qualified individual in multiple different... I'm glad I turned around. My garage didn't shut. They would love for me to leave my garage open. I'm glad I got a garage door opener. I just press the button, everybody. My shit go down, everybody. But sometimes it goes back up, everybody. I got to make sure that it don't, everybody. I'm talking. I'm on live. All right, so I ain't gonna be able to do all that. So there. Wipes on the phone. So let me set my phone out here, put my cameras up before I drop them, and let me close out. Right, my bad. Wife in there taking care of business. I don't need her. You ain't got to go upstairs. No, nothing. Let me see what's going on. Probably ain't nothing said. Absolutely nothing said because the hate is real. True Freeman 317. Let me make sure. Make sure ain't no financial support came through. You know what I mean? Nope, one did in the last live. That's fine. That's fine. True Freeman 317 out this motherfucking piece, making shit shake. Out of here.